Back once again, another episode, Everything Combat, because of course, ladies and gentlemen, life is a fight. Always glad to have this man in the seat with the headphones on the stick. Mike Goodwin, he's the El Jefe over at Cage Aggression MMA. I mean, it's been a crazy last year or so. We made history. You particularly made history, but we're along for the ride. March, the first ever 3-night event. Followed up another 2-night event in May. Took the summer off. And here we are back one more again for the final event of the year, Cage Aggression 23, No Limits. And there's a lot going on with that No Limits, October 15th and 16th. If you can make it to the quad, come down to the River Center, check us out. Otherwise, we will be live and direct from the River Center, live on pay-per-view, cageaggression.tv. El Jefe, Mike Goodwin in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, we had to knock one out before the year ended and super stoked about it. Me personally, I would have loved to have stayed busy all summer, but, everyone had to... divide their time, family time, etc. But we are back for the final event, October 15th and 16th. What are your thoughts on it, man? Closing out the year with a banger.
Yeah.
No Limits. What's all that about?
Man, it feels like it's been a long time since we've been here, but not really. You know what I mean? So it feels good to be back. After that crazy run, we ended up doing, a total of 11 nights of fights in 8 months. I did the numbers, on a post after it was over, and it was hundreds of fighters from all over the country and all these different gyms, and it was just epic, man. At the same time, doing a run like that, I think a lot of people that know me know when I do something, I go all in, and trying to pull off that many nights of fights and do it right in a short amount of time, it really took a lot away from the kids. Even when I'm trying to be a dad, they know that my mind is full and it's busy. So it was important to disconnect for a little bit this summer.
Absolutely.
and give them that attention that they needed. And me too, I miss them a lot. I miss my family when we were going through that run. So I'm good, man. I'm refreshed. I'm excited. We've got another 2 nights, fantastic fights, man, and I'm excited to be back.
It absolutely is very exciting, man. I could never get enough of it. I say it all the time. I oftentimes just pinch myself when, that red light goes on the camera and I'm announcing this bad boy. I'm standing next to Pat. I'm standing next to Jens. I'm standing next to Jordan Hinman, Jason Burmis. I mean, the team is just awesome, and it's growing, man. It's growing and expanding by leaps and bounds. And something that really blew a lot of people away is the trailer for this upcoming fight. If producer Juice wants to cue that up real quick, we'll check that out. Heavy stuff.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. Do not go gentle into that good night.
Love it, man.
That's something.
One of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's so cool because it obviously it's a promotion for the fight, but it's had this like movie trailer feel, like some Michael Bay type shit, dude. It was heavy.
Yeah, and you know, in the beginning too, you know, my 12-year-old says to me after he sees the trailer, he's like, "Oh, that I know that poem. That's awesome."
Nice.
So it's pretty cool that, you know, my son recognized that. But no, I really like how it starts out, especially tying into the whole no limits thing. This is going to be, gosh, what did we say? We did 4 2-night events and a 3-night event with restrictions. You know, everything from masks to one event, no food and beverage, to extremely limited capacity, and, you know, just a lot of crazy things going on. And this is going to be our first event back, full capacity, no restrictions. The good old days.
Right. No limits, baby. No limits. I mean, like I said, the promotion is just growing. It's awesome to watch. Not just the promotion grow, but the individual fighters who I've had the chance to call fights for. You know, you got Lindsay Spencer, who was featured in that trailer there, made very short work of her opponent in the first round. Just talked to her yesterday. She's got her hands full coming up. You got Josh Neal scoring off against Montel Williams. Talk to us about some of the fights that you were heavy. I mean, obviously you want to see them all get down and do their thing, but what fights are you looking for? What are your favorites?
Man, you know, every time I sit down to build a fight card, you know, I even after 11 years, I still get to do this from a fan perspective. You know, I have no vested interest in anything except for a great matchup. I'm not a coach. I'm not a manager. I never fought. So although there's different ways to build a card depending on, you know, why and how you're building it, I get to sit down as a fan with a lot of interest, which is amazing. And I really get to put a cool puzzle together. So I like to try to put a lot of depth into the cards. So with this one, we ended up with 4 championship title fights, 3 female fights. The fans love those. I love the female fights. We've got pro debuts. We've got, you know, amateur debuts. We've got, you know, 19 brand new fighters that have never stepped into our cage before. I love showcasing new talent. So the depth of the cards each night are great. You know, and we get to cap them off, of course, with some awesome main events. Saturday night, the Josh Neal and Montel Williams fight is what I like to call their signature fight for both of these guys. You know, Montel is 5-0 out in Las Vegas at Extreme Couture, one of the best gyms in the country.
Let it out.
No secret to the Cage Aggression Circle is Josh Neal. I believe that this is going to be his 19th time in our cage, which that in itself is a feat.
Right.
That's extremely impressive. And, you know, they're both right on the cusp of getting that call from the larger stages. And to put a fight together like this, I'm honored to be able to host the fight, to showcase it. Their styles match up perfectly. They're 110% fighters. You know, they give all that they have in the gym, and it shows on fight night. So, man, that one gives me goosebumps. And after a crazy year, I really couldn't think of a better fight to end all of this for 2021. You know, we're going to cap off our year with a fight like that. And it's just amazing.
Yeah, without a doubt. Josh coming off a very impressive victories going up against Montel Williams, like you said, undefeated. And I think Friday night we got Alex Lorenz going up against Darian Abbey, which is going to be, you know, hammers are going to fly on that one too. Always. That's the other thing I've said numerous times, and I'll keep saying, your ability to match make, the great matchups, man, are always fun to watch. So keep it up, my friend.
No, I appreciate that. It's bittersweet because, you know, we've been growing so much. We get so much interest to be a part of the event. I wish I could showcase everybody that wants to be a part of it. I'm really humbled by that. But what it allows me to do with so many names is it allows me to really put good fights together. And I say this every show. I don't like disappointing people. I don't like telling people I'm sorry we don't have room. But it's never anything personal. It has to match up correctly for me. If I don't feel that either fighter can win that fight, then what's the point, you know, at the end of the day? So.
And like you said, as a fan, you know, it is really all about the fans and pleasing the fans. And like I said, you do a great job at matching up. But, you know, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you got daddy duty. But, you know, not to look too far past October. And I know this is our last fight of the year. What do you got planned for the spring? Anything we can reveal here?
Man, so I'm really right on the edge of this announcement, man. I think we talked briefly on it last time, but I'm a combat sports fanatic. I love combat sports, but if I'm being brutally honest, I mean, live to everybody, I'm having a hard time on the boxing side. You know, I really am. The way that it's structured and the way that the matchups are. I mean, everything from a local level all the way to the top. It's boxing, and I mean this with all due respect. I feel like if we sprinkled a little bit of caged aggression flavor on it, that we could do some special things with it. So I really am in the works right now, behind the scenes, of putting together another 3-night event. But I want to do a 3-night event with Thursday night kickboxing event, Friday night boxing, and Saturday MMA. Now, everybody knows my heart's in MMA. But again, I feel like that with the right structure and the right matchups, that I can be a fanatic of all those sports.
Without a doubt.
And, any type of event you put on is tough and it's challenging, no matter the level or the cost or how big or small it is. But I just really feel like I'm up for the challenge. And I have a giant network in this country now with managers and fighters all over the place. And when I've talked to a few important people in these different sports, they're like, whatever we got to do to help, make it happen. So that excitement drives my excitement. And I just want to make sure I do it right. Any big risk like that, naturally you're going to be nervous, especially if you're a perfectionist like us.
Yes.
But at the same time, you got to start somewhere. And we started caged aggression in a little barn, and 11 years later, here we go.
What do they say? Fortune favors, all the different lines. Fortune favors the bold. You missed 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And yeah, you're a testament to that, brother. That's why, I love hanging out with you. I love working with you because, again, it's like, not to sound corny again, the parachute won't open unless you take that leap, man. So it's
Right.
like, and that's a lot of people. Remember Rocky 1, dude. In the beginning of Rocky 1, Apollo was fighting somebody, or maybe it was some fight, and Rocky and the bartender's like, look at this bum. And Rocky really took offense to it, man. It's like, when have you ever taken a shot, man? What shot have you taken? It's easy to sit from the sidelines and run your dick licker. But look, man, getting your name and your reputation actually into the cage, into the arena, man, that's a whole another separate conversation. But anyway, you work hard, brother. You work hard, and good on you, man, for taking the time with your family this summer. You took a nice vacation. You work hard. You play hard. Something that I've always enjoyed, and whether it's a concert or these fights, is the after party. We tend to let loose a little bit on the after party. The Patron starts flowing. We're trying to put a little something special, sprinkle a little something special on sort of a VIP aspect of an after party. We've talked about it kind of briefly. Nothing is solid yet, but you want to kind of speculate and throw a little bit out there on how we're trying to maybe switch up our VIP activity after the fight.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines that I tell the fighter, actually anybody that's a part of what we do, is we strive to make it a great experience. Especially for the fighters, win or lose, we want you to leave here having a great experience being a part of that weekend. Everything from the live weigh-ins, presentation, to the event itself, but then to the after party, and that's why I'm not afraid to spend a little extra to do it right, because at the end of the day, I've yet to really talk to anybody that didn't leave here and really had a great time and really did have a great experience. But one thing that we don't really talk about too much is the after party. It's like, that's the beauty of this sport too, is that, all the hype leading up to a fight and all the trash talk and all that, it really is to sell the fights, because at the end of the day, win or lose, they're over at the after party having a great time.
Absolutely.
And I love that part of it. It's like caged aggression has become a family, with our team and with our fighters, and to be able to leave the event and everybody get back to that comfortable element and talk about the weekend and talk about the fights and just talk about what's next, and have some drinks and have some food. It's just awesome.
It really
is. Just like the events, I want to try to elevate that part of it too. Maybe bring in some special guests, some celebrity type people, and have a VIP section for them. And maybe have our main and co-main event fighters go back there and talk to some fans, sign some autographs. Just continue to, like I've done since literally Caged Aggression 1, try to make it better than the last one.
Without a doubt. And I've always noticed, success leaves clues, man. So like your UFC, your embedded, your countdowns, or anything, even with bands or whatever, that on tour, that behind the scenes type stuff, that content that people rarely get a glimpse of. And that's another aspect that we strive to maybe put out there is, an hour or so after the fights that we stream live on pay-per-view as well. And, we have a couple cameras walking around, fly on the wall with some of these conversations. Like you said, bring in some celebrities, bring in some ex-fighters. We have a lot of relationships that we've built, not only having Pat on our team and Jen's on our team and in the fight game. I've worked in Hollywood for a while. Producer Juice has worked in Hollywood for a while. So we've been able to build some cool relationships that we think we could bring in to, like I said, kick it up a notch. And it's always fun, man. Like you said, having those conversations, whether they're star-studded or not, is just really fascinating. Like you said, talking about what's next, talking about the growth of the promotion, just a little bit of everything. And then you enter a little bit of Patron, a little couple sudsy beverages, and it makes for a really good time.
For sure.
So again, we are always striving to get better, man. Michael, I always appreciate you coming in, taking the time, allowing us to be on your team here, brother. So we got October 15th, October 16th, Caged Aggression 23 live from the River Center. And if you're in town, go to Tix at nitrotix.com. But if you're not in town and you want to catch us on the old interwebs, we are at cagedaggression.tv. It's been absolutely amazing, the post-fight briefing, if you will, seeing those dots expand across this flat earth, man. I'm telling you, it's really cool. I'm joking about the flat earth. It's round, ladies and gentlemen. But Michael, thank you again, my friend. See you in October, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for having me always.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. Till next time.